Not getting Giannis would be like the Niners not getting Tom Brady because they thought they were good enough. Foolish.
Okay. I don't necessarily agree with the comp. I didn't think that Brady would go anywhere and win a Super Bowl, and he did. So he did. I was wrong.
And the idea that they were right there is not crazy. They were. They were right there. This is not a Jimmy for Giannis swap.
Nope. That doesn't work, trade machine.
Doesn't work. So the Warriors are throwing in more. And, oh, by the way, don't forget, probably at least 3 first-round draft picks.
If it's Jimmy and Kuminga, you got to take some stuff back, and you're going to give up, 3 firsts. If it's Jimmy and Kuminga, it's 3 firsts. If it's Jimmy and something lesser, then it's going to be 4 firsts. So, I mean, there goes a lot of your draft capital for the future.
707, you must stop this sports talk nonsense. If you could get Giannis, you get him. Imagine the gravity with Steph. I get that there's an allure to that, but what I guess my immediate answer to that is, because I can't tell you that it wouldn't be the most amazing thing ever, but I do think that even if it was, it would take some time. And I know we've got this comp of like Jimmy came in, you washed your hands, poof, and it worked. Most of the time in the NBA, when you have that much gravity on the floor, when you have people that are that ball dominant, it takes a minute. It takes a minute to be at a high level. You know what I mean? LeBron goes to the Heat. They didn't win the first year. They were in the finals.
Yeah, Luka went to the Lakers. They didn't win the first year.
So, like, I that's the other thing. I believe that this group, only Jimmy Butler being relatively new, smaller players like Horford are new, but this is largely a group that's been playing a lot of basketball together and appears pretty ready to go compete at a high level right now.
And I think the big sticking point for me is Jimmy Butler. He doesn't really need to have the ball as much as Giannis does. Giannis is a better player, certainly, but I think that Jimmy has a better ability at this point to be the Batman. I mean, the Robin to Steph's Batman. And if you have Giannis come in, then I think it's going to be hard for those two to both be able to get their needs fully met when they're both on the court, and you're going to want them both on the court a lot.
510, anybody that wants Giannis is not watching Kuminga this season.
Well, I mean, Kuminga's been great, 5 games in.
Good.
But yeah, and you can't trade Kuminga till January, so the one trade I put in, it would be Moody and Jimmy. Like if they made the trade before the game tonight, Moody and Jimmy for Giannis, that works, and then go ahead and give up 4 first-round picks, and we'll see how that goes. I think the Bucks would try to add another player in so that they could get Kuminga, not Moody. Right. And
that's what they would ask for.
Moody has been upgraded to probable tonight. Good. So it looks like Moody will play with he was having some soreness in the thumb that was surgically repaired.
Here's kind of another interesting take on it, 408. Giannis, call me old school, but just like Steph Curry as a Warrior, I'd like to see him solely play for Milwaukee.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't really give a rip about that, but I get the sentiment.
Yeah.
You know?
And he's got a long way to go. Giannis is not even 31, and if he plays another 7 or 8 years, I'd be quietly stunned if he finished out his whole career in Milwaukee.
408 Willard, it doesn't matter what you think. Every GM and team will immediately trade for Giannis. No, that's not true, actually. Trades are hard. And so that would be very, very difficult to get done. And again, giving up
trades are hard.
Yeah, all kinds of first-round capital. No, it's not just an automatic no-brainer that you go do something like this. And B, does it matter what I think? No, it doesn't matter what I think, but that's what we're all doing here, right? We're like offering up what we think.
Right.
You know, like if you want a couple of GMs to come in and do this show, you can. Your information might be better. I think your boredom would be higher too, but whatever.
Yeah. And
doesn't matter what you think, Dibs.
Yeah, and what's funny is it really matters what Giannis thinks because
That's
he's got
good point.
He's got 1 year left on his deal next year, and then it's a player option. So if he doesn't want to get traded somewhere, I don't think that he has a no trade, but he has the ability to say, I'm out. So if you trade for him at the deadline this year, you might only get 1.5 years. So you give up 4 firsts and a couple of your key players, and you get 1.5 years of disgruntled Giannis?
No doubt this comes, wherever he goes, it comes with an extension.
Right.
No doubt. No doubt.
And, the Warriors are in a little bit of a spot already as far as the financials, but And if Giannis is going to make, let's just say this deal happens. It's Kuminga and it's Butler. You take it back a bunch of Antetokounmpos, and he wants a new deal. He's going to get 5 years and probably $400 million. So now you're paying him $80 average annual.
But none of that would kick in. And first of all, Butler would not be on the team anymore, right. and an extension would kick in after Steph is gone. So
that's assuming Steph will be gone.
Yeah,
Steph has the ability I think at some point this year to tack on another year on his deal, and he'll probably want 70. So quickly, you're going to be pressing up against that old second apron mark.
Here's a fun one for everybody that's like, duh, of course you do whatever you can for Giannis. So someone just said, would you include Steph?
Right. I mean, sure. Sorry, Steph. You're a Bucks. You get to go play with Kyle Kuzma.
You're a Bucks. Is that where Kuzma is now? I can't even keep track.
Yep.
Is that where Kuzma is? Miles Turner's playing there now. Miles Turner.
Steph, yeah. I know you've carved out a nice little life down there in Atherton, but I need you to call Aisha and the kids. Pack your things.
You know who else is playing for the Bucks? The one Warrior that got away. Ryan Rollins.
Yeah.
He's actually good.
Oh, he's actually good.
He is.
Yeah, good. Let's get a look tonight. The idea of I want to see where Kuminga's stardom grows, and does he just become really good?
And he said generational talent. That might be a little bit much for me, but
I agree. It's a little bit much for me too. But I'm also I'd love to say it this way: I'm not that interested in that. That's that individualism thing that I'm really just so done with. I'm so done with this whole individualistic thought process in the NBA. So every single one of you, for instance, who's ever uttered the phrase in this Kuminga conversation, let him cook, you're doing the individualistic thing. I have no interest in anyone cooking. I don't want anyone to clean. I don't need anybody to vacuum. I don't need anybody to do anything. I need the Warriors to be a good team. And what Kuminga's doing right now fits. So what I want Kuminga to do is this.
Yeah, keep fitting.
Wherever that goes next, that's where that goes next. That's a different conversation for a different day in a post-Steph world that may or may not be on this team. But I'm just not that attached to that process. Can he become a generational talent? Can he be exactly what this basketball team needs him to be? Because that appears to me to be what he figured out this summer.
So far, the answer is yes, he can be that. And I do think sometimes about the post-Steph future. And if you still have Kuminga and he continues to be this type of a productive and positive player, and you think about the other young guys you have, assuming you keep the majority of them, in 3 or 4 years, you could have a nice group of guys in their mid to late 20s. I'm not saying any of them will be superstars or all-stars, but you would have a nice foundation to then add a piece like a Giannis at 33, a real top-flight guy to come in and lift this good, solid core over the top. But I told you this a month ago going into this season. I'm just going to focus on enjoying Steph and enjoying what we have. And 4-1 it's awesome. I mean, they could be 5-0, they could be 0-5, whatever. I'm just enjoying watching that guy play basketball still and watching this team around him. And yeah, Giannis, it's always a topic whenever Milwaukee is going to be around and you play him twice. Thank God you don't play him more often. Otherwise, we'd be talking about this a ton. But yeah, I'm with you as far as interested in trading for him. I'm not interested.
Yeah. And like I said off the top, by the way, if that sounds silly, I totally get it. I'm willing to be the guy that 2 years from now, puts his palm on his forehead and is like, what the hell was I thinking? I'm just telling you where I'm at mentally and emotionally right now. I love what I'm seeing in terms of Warrior basketball these first 5 games. And I don't want to trade anyone for anyone. So you could replace the Giannis name with whoever you want. I mean, maybe Wemby. But you know what I'm saying?
Man.
You could put any name in there and I'm like, I don't know, dude, I'm kind of in the process of falling for this team. And I just want to watch it right now. So, it's more even just the mind frame I'm in right now. They've played some really interesting basketball stylistically.
They've played great basketball.
They were 12-3 last year. So I'm not sitting here going 4-1 start. Ooh, we're going to win the whole thing. I'm talking about stylistically and the answers they have to the problems that get presented on an NBA floor, I am very intrigued. So that's all. I just want to watch this thing go.